Hello, my name is Jeff Parkinson, and the portion of road that I am covering is Lithia Pinecrest Road, also known as County Road 640. It is a county road that is unique in that it runs southeast to northwest for half of its length, where most other roads in the area subscribe to a grid formation. Lithia Pinecrest Road runs approximately 17 miles from State Road 60 past County Road 39 and ends its Lithia identity at a set of railroad tracks where it continues on as County Road 640. The road also passes over an upland portion of the Alafia River, which necessitates multiple bridges and box culverts, as the area around the river has many small tributaries that feed into the river. My company was hired to perform a land survey of Lithia Pinecrest Road for the purpose of expanding the road from a 2-lane road to a 4-lane with shoulders road. Portions of Lithia have already been expanded, with construction at Lithia and Lumsden having been finished in 2020, which is the intersection shown in the local project portion of the Hillsborough County project planner calendar, and the Bloomingdale intersection having a small portion of 4-lane additions done over 14 years ago. This survey is mainly a topographic survey for the purpose of locating the alignment of the road, locating existing features within the right-of-way that need to be accounted for, and to measure the surface and create a digital terrain model for the purpose of modeling the water flow on and near the surface of the road. The alignment survey as of the time of this paper is ongoing, and the topographic survey is set to be due on December 6th of 2023. The company I work for usually gets its map straight from the organization that hires us to perform the survey, but in the instance where there is information missing, we usually contact the organization for more paperwork. For the case of County Road 640, we would go through the Hillsborough County Clerk of Court and Comptroller website to access the records and reports to look for there. Since we already had all of the information available, we did not need to access the database for extra paperwork. The location I am studying, as marked by the red box in the small portion where the Alafia River floodplain is, correlates to a portion selected by Hillsborough County as part of a county project for congestion alleviation. The portion begins at the begin of station BOS at 200 feet north of the intersection at Boyette Road and goes up to the end of station at the intersection at Lumsden and County Road 676. The span of the road the company was tasked to cover is 6.5 miles, with a combination of aerial photogrammetry, terrestrial LiDAR, static GPS, digital leveling, and conventional topographic and traverse methods. The company also does subsurface utility engineering, but the only part that I get to perform is drainage, like curb inlets, catch basins, etc. Our first page of the map, we are using map section 10508-2601, indicated in the bottom right corner in the template. This map was made in 1964 and shows the original layout of Lithia Pinecrest Road from station 97, which is an equation station denoting a change in the stationing from the south going north, up to station 150. The area the road rests in is in section 16, Township 30 South, Range 21 East. The map has 2 horizontal curves. Curve 1 is a 0-degree 30-minute right change in direction with an 11,459.16 foot radius and a length of 405 feet, covering stations 116 plus 91.48 to stations 121 plus 02.48. Curve 2 is a 3-degree change left with a 1909.86 foot radius and a length of 1,434.63 feet from station 130 plus 85.91 to 145 plus 20.54. Finally, there is a point of intersection, PI, with no curve, at station 148 plus 20, which changes the bearing by 20 minutes left. This map also shows the way these points were georeferenced by showing the triangulation tie traverse from a nearby United States Coast and Geodetic Survey point, USC and GS, at approximately 2.94 miles away. Sheet 2 of 4 shows details of the main road. The upper portion of the page shows the beginning of station to station 128 plus 0. It shows Lithia Springs Road at station 99 plus 00, and a fence that runs parallel with the road on the north/east side of the road. Marking occupation on the map can help the layman realize what they own, and can help the surveyor finding property corners analyze the occupation at a glance to be able to determine where lot lines should be. Unfortunately for the field crews, the area from Lithia Springs Road to station 130 is still mostly unoccupied, and the fence and right-of-way are only partially maintained in the area. It has proved difficult to find any corners at the critical jogs, such as between stations 107 and 110. The second page also has a few blown up details. There's a detail of the intersection of Lithia Pinecrest Road and Lithia Springs Road, showing the angle left off of the main baseline toward Lithia Springs Road, and it shows the road width and right-of-way width along Lithia Springs Road. Another detail is the drainage easement at station 114 plus 60, which diverts one of the tributary streams to a box culvert under the road for proper drainage and maintenance of the bridge. Finally, the second detail of the main road is from station 126 plus 08.05, where the section line crosses the road, to station 155 plus 0. This area, which starts right at the Alafaya River and necessary easement, also has plotted tracts, although some of the ones closer to the river remain unoccupied. The fence on the north/east side of the road is still running parallel to the occupation, and there are many more little jogs in the right-of-way. This map also denotes some wetland areas at station 142 and station 149. Sheets 3 and 4 show some extra things that I hadn't expected to see on a right-of-way map, but in hindsight make perfect sense. It shows the easements and locations of borrow pits used in the construction of the road. Lithia Pinecrest Road is a road that dips into the Alafaya River floodplain and rises to different highlands in a rapid succession, so it would make sense that there was a need to fill. The majority of the fill in this map comes from the hilltop area at Lithia Springs Road, with a smaller borrow pit used at station 140. These borrow pits and access to them needed to be purchased by the county and must be reflected on right-of-way maps from then on. There must have been a small survey to stake out land by its square footage for the easement, and a topographic survey to determine the viable fill volume that could be taken from the square footage given. Looking at the area today, nearly 60 years later, it is unrecognizable that the county even did anything in the area, so the land may have been sold back to private businesses after the project was completed. And having been to the site in recent days, I happen to know that there is construction on the south side of Lithia Springs Road for a storage unit facility, so the easements must have been sold back to the public. I have maps for stations 150 to station 400, and there's 10 pages there, and I'm already at a pretty high word count. The maps were laid out in a similar fashion, and since it is the continuation survey of this one, being section 10508-2602, repeating the map for another 250 stations sounded redundant. Lithia Pinecrest Road has been a major thorn in my side since I had been delegated to be the main drafter for the project, It has been my job to collect the data from 5 field crews and 4 office personnel over 3 different topo collection methods since March of 2023, and I find it poetic that I can finish 2 Lithia Pinecrest Road projects on the same day. Thank you.